first up in this half hour, these mounting concerns over aviation safety.
Yeah, that harrowing plane crash in Toronto, just the latest in a string of high-profile accidents, mishaps, and close calls that have a lot of travelers on edge.
NBC's Tom Costello joins us once again. Tom, what else can you tell us?
Well, listen, we need to underscore that none of these incidents appear to have anything in common, right? It had been 16 years since the last fatal commercial plane crash in this country. This recent rash of crashes really appears to be coincidental, and still, flying is very safe. The terrifying landing for Delta Flight 4819.
Our plane crashed. It's upside down.
Comes after a string of fatal aviation crashes over the past 3 weeks.
We transferred debris from the water to FBI here on the eastern shore.
January 29th, an Army Black Hawk helicopter slammed into an American Eagle regional jet over the Potomac River. 67 people killed, the deadliest in a quarter century. The NTSB says the chopper pilots may not have heard air traffic control instructions to pass behind the jet and may have had bad altitude data. January 31st, a medevac Learjet crashed in northeast Philadelphia, 7 dead. The NTSB recovered the cockpit voice recorder and is still investigating. February 7th, a Bering Air regional plane flying through terrible winter weather crashed into the sea ice off Nome, Alaska. 10 people dead. Then Monday's crash in Toronto.
It happened so fast that I just remember kind of pulling myself in and trying not to hit my head against anything. And luckily our flight attendants and everything were helpful for us.
Everything, drop it. Come on.
The quick action of the Delta flight attendants is being credited with saving lives in Toronto.
In an emergency, the priority for flight attendants is to make a hole in the airplane and to get people out safely, give them the proper commands to protect themselves, and then get out of the plane and not impede others.
Though with spring break coming up around the corner, many flyers are on edge after a series of unrelated crashes.
I really didn't feel safe at all today because there's so much stuff going on.
In recent weeks, we've had a string of unfortunate accidents. There is no common link that we can draw between any of these.
Meanwhile, the country is still short some 3,000 to 4,000 air traffic controllers, with many working mandatory overtime. The FAA has struggled for years to keep up with retirements and attrition. The Trump administration says it has fired nearly 400 probationary FAA staffers, though not in critical safety positions or air traffic control, instead promising to staff up air traffic control faster.
We're going to remake our airspace, and we're going to do it quickly, and we have the support of the Congress.
Back to Toronto. Air traffic control is, of course, under the jurisdiction of Transport Canada Civil Aviation. The Canadian Transportation Safety Board will be analyzing the plane's black box to get a good read on how the plane was coming in for a landing, how fast, how hard, and then how it handled the winds, which we are hearing were gusts of winds up to 40 miles per hour. Whether that had any impact at all is very much going to be what the investigators focus on. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, we'll learn more as this goes along. Tom, thanks so much. Obviously, flying is the safest way to travel,
Yep.
as Tom underlines, but these are some really scary incidents.
Yep.
Yeah, there's been a few in a row as well. Guys.